Hey guys, it's Jess from Madden Crafts again, and I'm here with another crafty hangout. Earlier this year, I partnered with Expressionery to do a series of videos over the course of the year. A few months back, you might remember that I shared with you an end of the school year teacher gift featuring some of their stationery and stamps. Summer's almost over and it's time to get ready to get back to school once again. And today I'm going to share a couple of quick tips with you that use Expressionery products. This month I ordered a stamp from Expressionery, and this time I got one of their wooden stamps. I really enjoy their self-contained stamps that come with a ink pad built right in, so all you have to do is pound down and you're ready to go. These I feel offer a little bit more versatility as far as what inks you can use and what colors you can work with. So I ordered just a regular address stamp, one of their wooden stamps, and had it sent to me. It got here very, very quickly, even though they are completely personalized. And then along with that, I have a few colors of ink that I want to share with you as well. You can get a wide variety of colors of ink on expressionery.com that you can use with these standalone stamps. This you can see is a really pretty royal blue color. Next is probably my favorite, and that's this gorgeous purple shade. It's called Violet. There's also this hot pink ink that's called Raz with Z's, Raspberry. And then they also sent me some really gorgeous metallic inks that I'm definitely going to be using for our Christmas cards this winter. This is the pretty copper color. There's silver. I would like to try this one, especially on a black cardstock. I think that would be really pretty. And then, of course, there's metallic gold as well. I could see these being used on wedding invitations or save the date cards as well. It'd be very elegant. And then, of course, there's also your standard black ink, which I'll be using a little bit today. If you're familiar with stamping, you're probably familiar with color block ink, box inks already, excuse me. So you know they have a really good color payoff, and they're great inks to use. All right, let's talk back to school. If your kids are like mine, they are constantly losing things throughout the school year. One mitten gets lost, or the backpack gets lost at school, or the coats get mixed up before recess. It's like a constant battle just to bring home at the end of the day the things you brought to school when I dropped you off. So this year, instead of taking a permanent marker to everything, I'm going to save myself some time by using this address stamp. And let me show you how. I have just some regular label paper that you could run through a printer, but I always find that I have issues getting mine to line up properly. It's probably user error, but I have trouble making it work. So instead, I'm going to use my new address stamp from Expressionery, and I'm going to line it up so that the address is within the label. Put my ink back up there. And then all I have to do is peel that label off and put it right on the back of my child's school supplies. Now, this isn't like a precious item. Buying a new 25-cent ruler isn't that big a deal, but once you've had to do it for the 4th time in a school year, it gets old. So just label up their school supplies before the first day of school. You can put that on the package of crayons, the pencil box, the Kleenex they have to provide, whatever you need. You can just stamp it right on there, and then you can go. And you don't have to worry about losing it 14 times throughout the school year. Or if they do lose it, it'll get back to you faster. Like I said, these standalone wooden stamps work with a variety of inks. If you want to stamp on something other than paper, I recommend using Stays-On ink. I don't believe you can buy that from Expressionery right now, but this is a permanent ink that works on a variety of surfaces. I discovered that I can use my Stays-On ink and my address stamp to work very well on fabric. So I can just stamp our address right inside my son's backpack, and then I can make sure that it actually gets back to him if he loses it along the way. Last year at preschool, my daughter had one of 5 frozen backpacks, and at the mass chaos at the end of the day, it was kind of hard trying to figure out whose backpack was whose. So hopefully putting that address right inside of her backpack will make that a little bit easier this year. In the same way, winter coats. In Michigan, we may need these any day now. We never know with our weather. Some coats nowadays will have an address label built right into the lining, and that's for safety reasons. If, God forbid, your child gets lost and is discovered by another adult or a police officer, that information will help to them to get a hold of you if maybe the child isn't young enough to know his phone number or her street address yet. So it's a good idea, not only just so that the coats don't get lost, but in case your child gets lost, it can be helpful to getting them back where they should be. So again, if you use the Stays On ink, you can just stamp right in the lining of the coat, and then you don't have to worry about losing the coat. Some of you may have older kids who are heading off to sports camps or maybe off to college, and I don't really want to think about that day yet because my kids are still small and they still want to be by me all the time. But I know someday they're going to have to go off on their own. But hopefully once they get to that point, they're still going to be talking to mama on a regular basis. And while I think texts and emails are fantastic, there's just something more emotional, more intimate about a handwritten letter. And so I kind of hope that, you know, in the years down the line when my kids go off to school, that they are still in the practice of sending cards and letters. And one way you can help nudge your kids to do the same thing is to send them off with a bundle of self-addressed stamped envelopes. Just bind them up with some string, make sure the stamps are already on there, make sure the address is already on there, and then they have very little excuse not to write you every once in a while. So that's something you can slip on in their suitcase when they head off to school. If you are getting ready to go back to school yourself or your students, make sure you check out Expressionery.com. They have a wide variety of products that are perfect for students. They have, I was very tempted by some of their book plate stamps. Those are the stamps where you can have it personalized to say, this book is from the library of, and then you have your name put on there. And you can just put those in the front cover of your textbooks or your paperbacks that you loan out to friends to make sure that your books get back to you again. They also have a lot of personalized stationery, whether it's notepads or note cards and invitations. And obviously you can also get lots of different stamps and inks like I showed you today if you are going to try out any of the tips that I shared with you. Visit Expressionery.com for more information. Thank you, Expressionery, for sponsoring this Hangout as well as Crafty Hangouts. Visit their website for tons of live video tutorials of other bloggers making DIY projects and crafts. And visit me at www.maddencrafts.com for lots of good, crazy good creativity. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I share video tutorials, shopping hauls. I'm just starting adding some recipes to my page. So follow along so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you saw here, and thanks for watching.